So I just recently finished Earthlings, and it was something. Um, I'm going to say now that there are a lot of things in this book that will be very worthy of trigger warnings. So be careful when you go into this book because it covers both very heavy and sometimes very bizarre, if I can put that in the most respectful way, topics. Some of it was a bit confusing at times, but I think given what the story is and what it's about, that kind of makes sense. So, Earthlings is about a girl slash woman because we see her both as like a teenager or like a preteen, and then as a grown married woman. And her name is Natsuki. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. And Natsuki is a little bit different than most people around her. She does not want to fit into the factory, basically, society. That is what she calls the factory. She doesn't really see the point of really being married or, having children. She thinks it's just, people will do that to be components of the factory and stuff. So she thinks a little bit differently. And not just, the kind of I dress silly manic pixie dream girl from a movie kind of different. She believes she's an alien. Like, she honestly, even into adulthood, believes that she is not actually truly part of the human race, right? Because she feels herself so far removed um, from what society wants that she really feels alienated. And she believes that her stuffed hedgehog was from this other planet, and she kind of figures out that she is supposed to be, or at least in her mind, she's supposed to be. She is very close to her cousin, who also told her that he was an alien. I think they call the planet Popinipopia, or it's there's a lot of P's in there. The trigger warning stuff starts right away. There is a scene, very disturbing scene between her and a tutor, um, which where he basically takes advantage of her as her being a young girl. And what's even more, well, that's the most disturbing part, but what also is disturbing, I should say, is the fact that when she tries to tell who I believe is her mother, um, the mother basically doesn't believe her. She thinks she's just making it up, because this man is supposed to be a good man, right? A good member of society and stuff, right? He's like a teacher, a tutor, or whatever. And she doesn't know what she's talking about. And to the point when she gets older and she's telling somebody about it, and they kind of call her lucky in a way, or that it wasn't really a big deal when it was, because this was a grown man and she was like, I think, barely a teenager. So there's definitely themes of abuse in there, both SA type of abuse and basically parental abuse, neglect, or just not believing your child, not being there for them. And you can see how the way she is treated and othered by her own family, you can see how she would form these, you know, false realities in her mind to kind of cope with that. And that carries on into her adulthood. She is married to a man who, they're not really in love. They just are married for the sake of show, right? To show their families that they're married, that they're with somebody. The families keep pushing for them to have children. They're trying to find ways to break them up openly, right? Like the parents don't hide that they want them broken up if they don't have children. They really think that's what they are made for. And it really shows, like emotionally, psychologically, what these types of things do to people. The story was very well written, but like I said, there are parts of it that are quite disturbing, quite unnerving. So just be aware of that. Like I said, when you go into this book, I thought the characters were interesting. It's very sad in a lot of ways. The ending of this story was wow. I'm still like processing what I read because it gets really dark. I'm sorry, the cat is over here. You can't see him, but oh, I think you got a little peek of the ear here there. Would you stop? Anyways, yeah, I think this is going to be one of the top books of this year. I don't think I'll be rereading it anytime soon, not because it's bad, just because it is dealing with a lot of heavy subject matter. But I do recommend people to check it out. Just, be careful in reading it. But if you have read it, let me know what you think. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye.